Rise and Shine.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. We are moving on to our guest segment right now. Now, I'm sure you have heard about a lot of the train development systems in place in Sri Lanka. A lot of people have been talking about a lot of the development, prospective developments, and there are some looming really near the horizon. And to talk about this, we have both on the project director for Colombo Suburban Railway Project and Railway Efficiency Improvement Project, Mr. Palitha Samarasinghe, to our studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Great to have you on.
Good morning.
And right now, of course, I actually mentioned that a lot of people have speculations on a lot of the development projects. A lot of people have talked about rumors going around.
Yeah.
But there are some that have a solid plan that have been started a lot of the development process. So can you just mention about the development projects right now in effect in Sri Lanka in terms of railways?
Yes, under the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation and Sri Lanka Railways, we have two major projects under us. One is called Colombo Suburban Railway Project, and the other one is Railway Efficiency Improvement Project. Under the Colombo Suburban Railway Project, which is funded by Asian Development Bank, we do feasibility studies and detailed designs of Kelani Valley line development, and also developments of other three lines, that is main line, coastal line, and the woodland line. And under the Railway Efficiency Improvement Project, this has been set up to improve the efficiency of the railway, the current operation of the railway mainly. This is also funded by Asian Development Bank, and we are implementing 32 sub-projects under this, which will improve the railway efficiency in 5 ways.
So that's kind of like the basic idea as to what projects are in line. So tell us about the advantages and what can the people expect out of this, because there's so many people along the line as well.
Actually, let me explain this a little bit in detail. Say, for example, we do developments, roads. We do road developments. And then we were doing and we are doing. And then if we consider widening of road, just after the project, following day we will see the road is congested. So the solution for this is to provide another option for the people to travel, another transport mode, and the best option is railways, because it is cost effective, do not use much land, and it can carry many people, more than the bus and the other transport modes.
And it's faster.
Faster also, yes. As you said, if you consider some examples, in the KV line, the travel time,
So this is
the person takes, travel time of the passenger, from Paduka to Colombo, the railway is 2 hours quicker than the bus. And if you consider the main line, railway is 1.5 hours quicker than the bus when you consider the distance from Colombo to Polgahawil. So railway development is the best option for us to go for.
Now, of course, developing a railway line means easing commuter traffic in the buses as well as cars. A lot of people
course.
who use, I guess, personal vehicles, if they have that convenience, will take into effect the railway system. Now, what is the parking structure and what are the other facilities built around this? How easy is it to get the ticketing? So what are the other facilities that are being developed?
Yes, a good question. Because if we do not provide parking facilities, park and ride feature, then what we expect, if we are expecting to reduce people from buses or vehicles on the road, then we must provide park and ride facility. So all these stations that we will be developing under the Colombo Suburban Railway Project having that facility, 90 to 100 cars near the railway station. We can park 90 to 100 cars near the railway station. Bus base will be there, and modern stations. So that in the station we will have a free area where people can come and then stay, and then we will have ticketing counters. Then they can buy the tickets, go through the gates, and then enter into the paid area. From there they can go to the platforms.
Right, so it's pretty interesting because I think we need to adopt something like this to encourage people to use public transport as well, because we see a lot of people using just a single vehicle to travel when so many people could actually join in, so that kind of leads to congestion. So how long is this project going to take, if I may ask?
Now we are undertaking four developments of 4 railway lines. Kelani Main line is given the top priority, then main line, coastal line and the Puttalam line. Kelani line we have completed the designs and design review also almost completed. Then we have prepared the bid documents and this is under review. So we are ready to call for tenders for the KV line within a short period.
So that's is that timeline right now?
Yes.
Estimation?
No, it has happened.
Okay.
Right.
And then for the main line we are now completing the feasibility study, and then some tests like geotechnical investigations, land surveys, social safeguard surveys, those are ongoing at the moment.
Right. And we also have a footage of the project module as well. So let's have a look at that, and you can also speak through the footage. This is how it looks like.
Yeah, you can see the in the Kelani Valley railway line design, first 20 kilometers is a elevated structure. This is because of mainly we have taken this decision to elevate this first 20 kilometer section because of 3 main factors. One is people factor, the other one is the cost factor, the other one is urban development potential. So here you can see the Kota Road station. At the Kota Road station we have the light rail transit and Sri Lanka railway lines cross. So this Kota Road station will be a common station for both.
Right.
So people get into the station, buy tickets, and then either go to LRT tracks or go to the Sri Lanka railway trains.
Right, so it's going to be in one station.
Yes.
And you can access whatever you want.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now,
and is this going to be implemented to all the stations we have currently in Sri Lanka?
Yes. For example, now you can see the architectural view of Nugegoda station, and then Kota Road station. A new station will be constructed that is called Golf Club station.
So this is how it will look like?
Yes, this will be the Nugegoda station.
Okay. So
And it will be interfaced to urban developments happening on the market site.
So what is the project timeline for this, for the completion?
It will be 5 years.
5 years.
5 years, and then released part by part.
Part by part.
First
so
section will
before
be
5 years we will still have some of the projects released?
no. I mean KV line project will take 5 years,
Right.
and then some sections will be released. What we call sectional release. First section will be Colombo to Nugegoda, and then Nugegoda to Malapala, that is Mahakumbura, that multimodal hub station, and then from there up to Padukka. Say from Colombo to Mahakumbura will be elevated 20 kilometers. Then Mahakumbura to Padukka will be at grade, what we call ground level, and double line, electrified also. Then Padukka to Avisavella will be single line, again at grade, and also will be electrified.
Now, of course, in Sri Lanka we do have the train system. You did mention the main train system in place. So what are some of the positives and negatives that you have identified in the main system that you are planning to tackle with the KV line?
Anyway, it's a challenge, of course.
Because looking at the main system, there are a lot of commuters. It does service a lot of people, but when you do consider train transport, it doesn't. The first thing that comes to mind isn't actually convenience or actually ease of use. There is a convenience factor that comes into effect, but sometimes you do actually experience a lot of people, dense population in train stations. So how do you actually try to combat those factors?
At present in the KV line, in the peak hour, from 7:30 to 8:30, we run 6 trains. And we carry about 7,500 people. According to our studies, by 2025, with the development, this demand will be doubled. So we will have to run more trains during the peak period. And then construction has been planned to do that. And operation plan, train timetables, all that have been already prepared. Then regarding your question, it's a challenge, of course, because you can see in the KV line, just at either side of the railway line, so many houses are there. And the doorstep of those houses is the railway sleeper. And then there are, for example, in the railway lines, from Colombo to Makumbura, 2,600 families live. This includes residents, business people, and some institutions. So we have surveyed all of them, visited each and every house, visited each and every institution, collected information, computerized also. And then now we have the design with us. So we have demarcated the design boundary or the construction boundary. So those people who are in the construction boundary will be relocated.
Right.
So people have been educated. They know what will happen to them. And then actually the objective of the project and also Asian Development Bank is to elevate their livelihood. And then they are given best housing facilities. For this purpose, we have procured 1,244 houses from Urban Development Authority. So these houses are getting built and nearby also. So people are made aware and then they are ready to move to the new houses. And then a new cabinet paper will be submitted by the Honorable Minister next week to the cabinet to activate this process.
Speaking of development, obviously it also adds to the beauty of the country as well, now looking at all the architecture of the railway stations and all that. So speaking of beauty and attraction, one of our main source of income is tourist attraction and people coming into the country. So to travel, even for them, it would be best to use public transport. So what they require is accessibility and the use of technology, and to find out if the trains are available at this time and how to get into that and where to go. So will we have support online, and can they access details of train schedules and all that, and then also feel free to use it like us?
Yes, this is also ongoing at the moment. I mean, this will happen in advance, before the construction or real development happens. For example, railway ticketing system, as you know, this is one of the sub-projects under the Railway Efficiency Improvement Project. So, you know, 150-year-old ticketing system. It's completely paper-based, and then manual informations are not readily available like that. So, therefore, what we are going to do is we are going to introduce smart ticketing system for the first time in the country. So, with that, people will have 5 options to buy tickets. That is, they can use the station counter, they can use machines, the vending machines which are available at various places, stations and other places, and also they can use card ticket can be purchased, and mobile ticket, what we call QR code. This will be the most popular one in the future, and then use the web applications to buy tickets and get tickets printed at home. And then for payments, they can use card, they can use cash payment, and also they can use mobile payment. So this project actually last stage of awarding. We are at the procurement appeal stage, and after that the cabinet approval will be obtained for awarding. So immediately the project will happen.
That's interesting, because not only for the foreigners, like people living in Sri Lanka itself, I think for people who would be using the railway line on a regular basis, and for them to have like a, you know, pay in advance option and then use a card, it kind of would be very convenient as well. So looking at the development, I guess it's going to be making things very convenient for travel.
Of course, let me add something else. Let me tell something more regarding your question regarding the information for the passengers. We are currently implementing a project actually that is under the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation, GPS-based train tracking system, through which people can exactly find out where their train is, so that they will not go and wait at the station. They will leave home exactly when the train comes.
Probably real-time updates
Real-time
using
updates, yes.
smartphones apps.
This project is ongoing.
Now, I believe when you're doing a project of this scale, a lot of feasibility studies are done and seen how many people are being served from these railway rides. Apart from that, if you do have the figures, it'd be nice to actually know also how many people are going to get employed because of this line. Do you know how many people, job opportunities will be created from the...
Okay, there will be, I mean, for the construction period, yes, there will be about 200 employees, job opportunities for the skilled people. For non-skilled people, there will be about 1,000 additional jobs will be created. That is during the construction period. But after the construction and after the development, it will be railway employees who will be
benefited from
the
so how many people will be served from this railway line, probably, if you do consider the areas? How many expected passenger inflow are you expecting?
That's what I said. Currently, we are running 6 trains during the peak period, and then about 7,500 passengers are carried in the morning peak. Similarly, in the evening peak, we take them back. So this will be doubled. This demand will be doubled in 2025, and will further be increased to doubled in the sense 15,000 passengers in the peak hours 7:30 to 8:30. Then it will be 25,000 in 2035. So what will happen is train sets will be 6 plus 6, 6 coaches plus 6 coaches. A 12 coach set will run, electric train, air conditioned, and then in 2025 5 coach sets will run, and in 2035 another coach will be added to the trains. So this is the plan.
Interesting, and I'm sure most of the people out there are looking forward to the development of the railway system as well, because it, as you did mention, it's going to be looking good, plus then we have easy access to it, and you can check out where and the exact location of the train, and also it's air conditioned as well. So are you planning on developing the main line on the same note as well?
Yes, same way, but okay, actually main line, Kelani line, we have a issue because the railway corridor is very narrow, 10 meters, 12 meters, 15 meters line. But main line we have enough land available. But again, we are now facing an issue when designing the alignment. Many of the stations, on either side of the station, we have parallel roads, what we call parallel roads. So we need sufficient width to have this type of a station where we have parking and other facilities. So this is not available. So what we are doing is we will be shifting stations this side or that side from the current station,
because
little bit, just a little bit,
right,
without having inconvenience to the people. Small section from Vanavasala to Hunupitiya will be elevated, because we have a level crossing at Hunupitiya, and then because of the elevated airport road, we cannot construct a flyover. So only thing is to elevate railway, and that will also, we have another problem, because Hunupitiya station we don't have that width to construct the station, and that will also be a multimodal hub, because light rail transit train also coming on to Hunupitiya.
Yeah.
So I think you mentioned something really interesting for me. A lot of the train stations are in urban centers, like you said, and you'll have to shift them. Now, shifting them requires new land and, of course, new construction periods. So this will also be a concurrent development to the right railway system. So how are you actually, coordinating those two? You said mentioned about multimodal hubs. So can you actually expand on that?
Yes. Okay. Let us consider about land acquisition. So in the main line, there won't be any land acquisition. KV line also we will have minimum land acquisition, negligible I must say, because we have prepared the design to suit to the available land lot of railways. But when you shift the stations also, we use the railway land. So no land acquisition will happen. And then, for example, some stations like Hunupitiya, about 100 meters station will be shifted, and then we will provide easy access to the station. So therefore, there won't be any issue. As you said, the construction period, how when the train operation is happening, how this new construction is ongoing. Say for the main line, it's good that you asked this question. For the main line, there won't be any disturbance, because from Colombo to Ragama, we will be constructing additional line. There are 3 lines at the moment. It will be 4 lines in the future. So new lines, 3rd line and 4th line will be constructed first, and train operation will be diverted onto them, and then we will be taking over the other 2 lines for rehabilitation.
Right.
Then from Ragama to Veyangoda, additional railway line will be constructed, so it will be 3 lines. So we will be constructing the additional line first, and then shifting
So
the
that,
existing service onto that, and then taking over the current line. So it will happen like this. But the KV line, Kelani line, we don't have that facility. Not enough railway lands available. So therefore, KV service will be closed over the construction period, part by part. So at the moment, we are considering how we can provide the passengers a service during this period. So KV line will run right along the existing railway line up to Makubura, and then from Makubura onwards, the railway line will be straightened by acquiring land. And in that acquisition also, we have considered where minimum disturbance of the people.
You're right. And with that, it's time for us to wind up Rise and Shine as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Palitha Samarasinghe, for being a part of the show and for enlightening us on how the transport system will look like in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
very
think
much for
we have
inviting us, allowing us to explain our project to the public, or general public, and the viewers of the channel.
Thank you so much
you very
once
much.
again. And with that, it's time for us to say bye-bye on Friday's edition of Rise and Shine. Take care.